Ho-ho! We got a big one with the Cincinnati Reds starting tonight. 4 games at Wrigley Field. But for now, we're talking about prospects. Pete Crow-Armstrong, Hollywood Pete, is one step away from the big show. He's heading up to AAA. Chuck Walter, Mick Gillespie with you. A little emergency podcast. We were going about our days. I was at the gym doing the elliptical, and Mick texted me, studio now. It was like Benny the Jet Rodriguez from Sandlot. He said,
Let's
get
go.
to the studio now.
Let's go.
Because this is what the Cubs baseball channel does. When news breaks, we're here to break it down for you. Pete Crow-Armstrong, what is AAA Iowa getting?
Look, Pete's kind of climbing the ladder right now. I mean, like what they're telling me is that a big trade's on the horizon here with outfielders. So I don't know who that exactly is today, but this guy's the future of the organization. He's the spark plug that the Cubs need, like a Ellie De La Cruz. He can run the bases better than anybody that the Cubs have on their roster right now. Yeah, I mean that. Anybody on the roster right now, second to Pete Crow-Armstrong as far as running the bases. Left-handed guy. He's got amazing ability from the left side to hit the ball. I mean, his wrists are the best I've ever seen. I've been in this business for 20 years. I've played baseball my entire life. And he's got the quickest hand-eye coordination for a left-hander that I've ever seen. And I think that's why he's the number one prospect. But he also brings a gold glove outfield, center field ability to the team. And this also shows me that the Cubs are trying to get him up there fast. So who knows? Maybe by the end of the season, Pete Crow-Armstrong's in the big leagues.
You said one of the things that is plaguing him right now, but it's also one of the things that just makes him such a coveted prospect is that energy he plays with and the fire. You compared him to Bryce Harper.
Yeah, young Bryce Harper. Look, he's been thrown out of games. He's a slam my helmet, throw my bat guy. He cares about every single at bat, every situation. And honestly, it's refreshing. And I know that there's guys on the team that are probably like, man, I'm so sick of seeing him throw his helmet after he gets out at first base. But the guy is just super intense. And I love that. And I think that's what wins at the big league level. The guys that really care a lot about the success that they have and the team has. So that's something that he's going to eventually have to kind of curb a little bit, but I love that about him. Bryce Harper was the exact same way. So that mentality is what the Cubs have moving to AAA.
Mick Gillespie, AA broadcaster for the Tennessee Smokies, also has done plenty of Cubs spring training games over the years. You've seen all these guys come up. I'd say you hit it about a 75% clip on saying this guy's going to be a big leaguer as compared to he's not going to be. Pete Crow-Armstrong, what is his ceiling?
Look, his ceiling is that he's a superstar. I mean, he's going to be a big leaguer, and he has the potential to be a superstar big leaguer. The thing that I worry about with him is the same thing that kind of crippled Albert Almora, who was a really great base runner and a Gold Glove caliber center fielder, is his ability to get on base because he likes to swing at a lot of pitches. And that's what, if I was the Cubs, and I'm just a broadcaster, but if, obviously seen around the Cubs is, I'd say, hey, man, walk a little bit. Just get on base because he can steal bases, too, with the best of them. He gets so anxious because he'll watch a pitcher and go, okay, I can take this guy. And normally he can. So, Almora's biggest weakness was being able to take the walks. And what happens when you get into big leagues is that those guys know that you like to swing, and so they're going to just put it in a spot that if you hit it, it's going to be an out, So you got to have a great eye. And Billy Williams told me one time, and I'm going way back here. I mean, Billy Williams is a Hall of Famer. Billy told me, and he's my guy. I'm gonna throw that out there. He told me that Rogers Hornsby used to sit behind him when he was coming up as a young player and say, know your strike zone. And I really feel like that's just great advice, and that's something that I would love to see with Hollywood Pete, is just know your strike zone because he's such a weapon even if he walks.
Call him Hollywood Pete. It's because his parents, his dad's an actor, his mom's an actress. Do we have any movies that they were in? Is it smaller stuff, commercials? Or
no, Little Big League, man. You saw that movie. His mom was the mom in Little Big League. So when he makes it to the show, everybody's going to be like, oh, my God. But his mom and his dad are both in a ton of different stuff. And, they're very established Hollywood, actors and actresses, well, mom and dad. But I love this kid. Like, I really do. Like, he is what if you're like, hey, man, produce someone that you really love to watch play the game and do it the way that you would do it, this is the way that you do it, man. You play like every inning matters. And that's what I'm going to miss, not seeing him in AA, but that's what I'm excited about seeing in the big leagues.
And you said he's a prototypical leadoff man. He's the Cubs' Juan Pierre of the future. That has to get the people fired up, no doubt.
No. He's better than Juan Pierre because he's got a lot more pop. Juan Pierre was great. Look, I'm not downing Juan Pierre. You know, I'm not taking a shot at Dexter Fowler. You know, like, I love those guys, but this dude could potentially be different. But the secret of that position is also, if someone's giving you a walk, you got to take it. You just got to get on base. I could potentially see him in the major leagues sometime this season, helping the Cubs win. And they're all in now, you know, and I've complained about developing guys, but once you go ahead and throw your chips in, guys like him can help you.
So with that being said, he's in AAA. The fact that they move him from AA to AAA the day before the deadline, what does that tell you about the Cubs?
Something's coming. And by the time some of you watch this video, you'll know what that something is. I don't know what it is at this particular moment, but something is coming, which means that maybe it's a Nelson Velasquez that they're moving. Maybe it's Brennan Davis. Maybe it's Alexander Canario. I don't know, but I have a feeling. I hope it's not Jonathan Perlaza because they would get burned by that. But we'll see what happens. I mean, like, something's happening. I'm guessing that they have so much outfield depth with what they have in the big leagues and what they have in the minor leagues. You know, we'll see. I just hope that if they move one of those guys, that the piece that they get back is worth it.
Something is happening. As we fire up Ernie Banks here and we show you the full screen, the Cubs baseball channel. If you build it, they will come. Over 500 subscribers. Mick, come on. I don't like to do this. I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back. We did this. You did this. Thank you so much for subscribing, commenting, and liking the videos. We're just here to give you good content, talk about the Chicago Cubs every day that ends with a Y until eventually we get burnt out. But we don't get burnt out.
We're not getting burnt out. Look, man, the thing that we talked about, and I've been begging you to do this with me for a long time, is I'm like, I just want a channel that I can go to and people get it, you know, like, and I know not everyone's been in the business for 20 years and been following the Cubs their entire life, but there's a lot of great places to get Cubs content, and I can't wait to have guys swing over and join us on this show. But this is our little section of the bleachers where we're going to talk Cubs baseball, and we're going to be completely honest. Like, the gloves are off. Like, I'm not anymore like going to be like, oh, you know, I'm worried about this or that. No, we're coming in hard, and you guys have gotten our backs. I love all of you, even the people that like take shots at me, Mr. Gillespie, guy with the hat. Like, hey, bring it. Just bring it.
The best part about our section of the bleachers, Mick, is that the little concourse that we have, the little stand that's serving the beer, we got dollar beers on tap in our
dollar beers. Look, when we get to 1K, and Charlie and I are going to probably be at the country club, I'm just guessing because my boy Billy owns it, in Wrigleyville, and we're going to do watch parties, and we're going to drink, and we're going to do shots with you guys, and we're going to talk Cubs baseball, and we're going to celebrate. I can't even believe that we got to 500 subscribers this fast, but I know what it means. It means that Cubs baseball fans just want another outlet to be able to hang out and talk Cubs baseball. Love you guys, and thank you.